Here we go. All right, all right. What's going on? Just getting everything situated. Do, do, do. All right. Haha, how funny. I just got the notification that I was live, so that's awesome. Woo. Okay. What's going on, everyone? Let's see. Let's just wait a few minutes. Let's get everything situated, and then we'll go into the weekly messages. So awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, we have some fun things to talk about too tonight. And should be good. Let's make sure. Yeah. A couple weeks ago had some issues with the with the internet, and now I am back on American soil and I have internet, and so I'm super happy. um Mystical Musings, how are you? I love you. Party time. It's Aquarius planet party time, isn't it? I mean, we just getting ready to have 5 planets in Aquarius. It's like half of the solar system. Pretty crazy. And yep, just okay. Yeah. And so we're having conversations today with a lot of my friends. Yes, Aqua Madness, Aquarius Madness. It's going to be intense. We have Mars conjuncting Aquarius this week. We have this weekend Venus conjuncting, Mars and Pluto are conjuncting, and also Venus and Pluto are conjuncting this weekend. So we haven't seen these transits for over 250 years, so it's going to be pretty intense. No one in our lifetime has seen these transits, so it's pretty exciting. A lot of fun energy and a lot of possibilities of arguments with all that Mars energy, but we can run it out with some of that Venus love at the end of the month or end of the week. Oh my gosh, I need to focus. Okay. So, as we're back, doing the live show this year, I really wanted to tap into different topics before going into all the messages for all the astrological signs for the sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs, and just giving inspiration. And one of the things I thought about is always, we have a choice to show up for ourselves, or we have a choice to be passive. So either taking action or being passive. And it's a really good journal prompt. I'm also going to add that into Mystical Musings. What a great suggestion is journal prompts for the week. So this week's journal prompt will be something that you want to reflect on, where you have the opportunity to, be passive and not do anything about it, or you decided to take action and decide, what, I'm just going to start creating and taking some action in my life to create more of what I really want. And so, it's how you want to phrase it, but it's basically choosing to be proactive as opposed to choosing to be reactive. When you are co-creating with the universe and you are being active and you're actively creating, that is the magic formula. That's the sauce. That's the magic, everything. Co-creating is exactly where it's at. If you're not doing it, you're not doing it right. And, you have to really tune into yourself. So a really good question to ask if you're co-creating or not is what I talked about a couple weeks ago. When you calibrate your internal system, is it yes, or no way? And that's all you have to ask. You don't have to go into details. You don't have to sit there and rationalize and do logic override. You just say, does this feel good to me in the moment? Okay, we're taking action. Does it scare me? Yeah, but that's where you want to go. When you start feeling that fear, that's the direction you want to go, because that is exactly what's going to give you that breakthrough, because fear doesn't exist. Fear is just an illusion. It's just these little blocks, in our neurosynapses in our brain that can be easily removed just by positive thinking. So it's pretty interesting. One of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to show up for myself weekly doing this show because I had so much fun and built such a really great community back in 2020, 2021 when I started the show. And then I left it because I thought that my full-time job was more important and I didn't want them to see me helping people outside of work. Super strange restraints that I put on myself that no longer exist. But so that's why I'm back and I'm showing up for myself and doing this, this show, because I really want to be creating this awesome community. And it doesn't have to be very big. It's all about quality, not quantity. I could care less, you know. I don't care about the algorithm anymore. I was having a conversation with Mystical Musings earlier in one of our hourly conversations we had that I don't care about that anymore. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, there could be a day where they take off of all of the likes and the follows on all the social media platforms, and it could just be vacant and we're out here creating content, right? So if that happens, we're all winning. So that being said, so yeah, make sure that you reflect this week on showing up for yourself and being active and not proactive. Winning, that's right, a big W. Oh, you erased it because that misspelling, you silly. You don't have to do that. I knew what you meant. So yeah, and also another thing that I did that, it's always great to have friends and good conversations. I was having a conversation again with Mystical Musings, and she was like, why don't you promote your Beach Balance Life oracle cards and your affirmation cards that you made? And I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. I made them for me. I made them so when I can deliver messages and I'm tapping into my intuition, that it's in my own voice. And these are the affirmations that come out rather than, I love using tarot. I love using other oracle cards, but by using my own, I already know what it means. I don't have to sit there and look at the card and say, what does that mean? You know what I mean? Like looking at images or anything like that. I know exactly what it means. I know how to translate it. And so I can easily get the messages, out quicker. I made 4 decks, super cool. The first one that I made that I'm going to use tonight in the readings, which is super cool, is the Ocean Goddess deck. And, you'd probably recognize this from like all of my branding on YouTube, on my website, on my stand store. Everything is like Beach Balance Life, the Ocean Goddess deck. So it's my OG deck. It's all about surfing, sailing, and diving. The 3 passions I have. Not that great at all 3, so I'm not saying that I'm the best at all 3, but I do enjoy them for different various reasons. Yes, I know that your Virgo stellium had to speak to you. And then I have my Pure Ocean Heart deck. This is basically, I really resonate with the ocean, everything ocean, water oriented. And it's all about this beautiful dolphin energy. And the Pure Ocean Heart is speaking and writing from the heart. When you are out there co-creating with the universe, you're communicating with people, are you speaking from your heart or are you speaking from your ego? It's very easy to speak from your ego, but speaking from your heart is very challenging to your ego, but it feels so much better to you when you're speaking from the heart. So this deck and these affirmations are to remind you to speak from your heart. And then, of course, I have my True Romance deck. So these are more of my love oracle affirmation cards, spicy, some not spicy. And then for the spice, I have the Island Spice deck. So this is going to add more spice, a little bit more nutmeg on top of that little dessert you have, and cinnamon and, sugar and everything nice. So yeah, I have these cards available in my stand store. So go check them out. Start using them. I actually, one of my friends over on TikTok, she got the Pure Ocean Heart deck. I remember that because I see her doing the readings. I'm like, I recognize that when I'm flipping through TikTok, and I'm like, wait, that's my deck. So yeah. So I'm going to open with a collective reading for everybody to just have a jumping point of this week on. There's some crazy energies going on. We have 2 of the major transits happening, I think, in the entire year. I don't know, mystical musings. You keep up with that a lot more than I do. I'm all over the place with my fire and my Aries stellium. So your Virgo stellium helps my Aries stellium. But so we'll start with the Beach Balance Life cards, and we will just do a collective reading for everybody that is watching right now, or that will come back and rewatch on YouTube throughout the week with the timestamps, everything like that. So let's see what's going on for this week. All right. So the first card that popped out was batten down. Oh shit. When you batten down the hatches, that means a storm is a coming and a brewing, and you have to protect your energy and tighten everything up, pull in. Don't keep the windows open, because if it rains and you get water in your boat, you are not going to be a happy camper. Oh my God, I can't believe that. So reading from the card specifically, it says, a storm is on the horizon, prepping for a long journey. Close all the hatches to avoid waves and water getting into the cabin. So, oh yeah, okay. So that's the collective reading. And I'm just writing down the timestamps so then you can come back and watch it and remember this reading. But I'm not going to leave you hanging with that. I'm not going to leave you hanging with battening down the hatches. Let's see what else, the energy that's coming out. Interestingly enough, the Naked Sailing card popped out, and this is more of a fun, flirtatious card, and I put it in this deck because I wanted to spice up this deck a little bit. But specifically, it's all about going back down to basics, the bare minimum, okay? So, when you're going down to basics and the bare minimum, there's no shame. You can't have any shame. It's all about pure, honest intentions. So what I'm getting already is, once we see these transits happen this week with Mars conjuncting Pluto at 0 degrees, and then also Venus crossing Pluto at 0 degrees, it's going to be intense. There's definitely a lot of changes. No one can predict it. There's a ton of astrologers on YouTube and on TikTok. They're like, oh, you really can't predict this energy. We've never been in it. And so when you feel this and you pulling your energy in and cutting cords of things that no longer serve you, you really want to focus in on what are the things that have the purest intentions that you want to attach yourself with. That's what's going to get you through this storm this week, because it's going to be pretty rocky, and it's probably going to be more rocky out on the collective front, and maybe internally as well. Just depends on what acute squares you have in your chart right now, especially if you have Mars squaring, which I do. Woo! And I feel it. I felt it this weekend. So let's see what the overall is. And the funny thing is, so the Scuba Buddy card popped out. So this card is all about partnerships and aligning yourself with people. The Naked Sailing card, aligning yourself with people who have the purest intentions. This is what's going to give you the clear communication to get through these storms that are happening this week, because it's not going to be pretty. And I don't want to sugarcoat it at all. I mean, if you think, if you do have an easy breezy week, God bless. God bless you. You're very lucky, but most likely you're not. It's because you're going to feel this energy. It's going to be pretty intense. So the Scuba Buddy card is all about, when you're scuba diving, it's like having that buddy that you dive with, that you're ride or die person that you can depend on 100% without any hesitation, knowing that they're going to give you the pure, honest advice. They're going to give you that beneficial mutual relationship where you're pouring into their cup and they're pouring back into your cup. And it could be platonic, could be friendship, family, whatever, but it is that ride or die person in your life that you're really going to want to tune back in with this week and just make an agreement. If you start to freak out, hey, remember that this too shall pass. This is this is just a moment. You just got to ride out the storm. So that's the collective reading. I will do, I pull a Pure Ocean Heart affirmation card. You can also use these affirmation cards for good journal prompts as well. So for the collective, it's time to wear your crown and claim your throne. So if anything tries to throw you off track this week, it is all about remember who you are, right? It's all about remembering who you are. You are a queen, you are a king. You're not a page, you're not a prince or a princess. You are a queen or a king or an emperor or an empress, if we want to go a step above that. Remember that we are all divinely guided souls on this earth, and we are not alone. And that's why you need to find your scuba buddy this week. So, that is the collective reading. So I also like to do a prayer for our divine counterparts, whether we're in relationships or we're looking for our divine counterpart, like that real commitment, not just companionship, which there's a lot of people out there just looking for companionship. It's more about looking for that real commitment, because when you're in a true divine counterpart relationship, it's going to trigger you in places where you need to heal. And in fact, we do have Chiron. I actually am in a Chiron return, but Chiron's coming and crossing the North Node right now in Aries. So it's going to be very healing, a little abrupt. So now you have all these transits that's happening this week. It's going to bring up a lot. And so I pull the cards, the True Romance cards and the Island Spice cards and the Pure Ocean Heart affirmation for the divine counterparts that we're trying to protect and draw into our life, and hope that they are also fostering this learning curve and pouring into themselves and bettering themselves, rather than just being an autopilot in life, but actually like actively co-creating and doing the work. So the first card that pops out is the underwater cave is hiding something, so explore it. So a message to our divine counterparts out there, whoever they are, wherever they are. If you're with them, great. If you're not, then they're out there. But let's send some prayers for them to find the clues that they need in this underwater cave that has something hidden that they need to go explore. They need to do a little bit more deep dive in some sort of scenario. It could be a work scenario, it could be a relationship scenario or family, whatever it is. Let's just send them love and light to heal and go through this with divine grace, because it's going to help them, draw them up to the level and the frequency that you are and into your life, or maintain that frequency. So that's actually really beautiful. It's kind of funny. It's when I pull out these cards, I'm like, I actually did that. It's really weird. But so for the True Romance, for the romantic portion and sending them love and light, let's see what's going on with them. The tide is coming in. So yeah, they've been out there floating around looking for these clues in this underwater cave, right? But they know the tide is coming in. And so they're riding the waves or waiting for the right wave to come in. And they can't do it too quickly and they can't do it too slowly, because they will, if they're surfing, you're going to pearl on that surfboard and you're just going to nosedive and then get pounded by the waves over and over again. So they're timing, everything is timing. So collectively, let's send them love and light for the divine timing to guide them into this process through whatever turmoil that they're facing. And then we have, we'll throw some little spice on the True Romance deck for Beach Balance Life, and it's 5 o'clock somewhere. So the overall, that's the exact vibe we want to send them. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let your hair down. It's not that serious. Get through it. Mind over matter. Co-create and get on your surfboard and catch that wave into shore and come join the high vibe tribe. So that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah. Whew, I'm glad everyone's here. Okay, so we're going to start with Aries. Hi, Divine Light. How are you? Okay. Woohoo. So Aries, do we have any Aries in the house? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus? Wherever you have Aries placement. Ooh, Aries. A gale force wind is on the horizon. With the collective reading, oh, my heart goes out to the dear Aries, and I am also an Aries. This card is specifically like a gale force wind is basically on your way to a hurricane, right? Like it's a sustained, strong, high wind with shocking news. Something could just be like flying into your life, Aries, and you're like, what just happened? I didn't expect that, right? And it's also creates a stormy and unstable environment. So Aries, you need to be very cognizant this week on what is really going on with the energies, and don't freak out, right? So let's pull a Pure Ocean Heart affirmation card to back that energy up for you. Oh, my dear Aries. Woo. And it says, a test from the universe is presenting itself. It's up to you. If you want victory, choose wisely. So the gale force wind is a test, my dear Aries. It could be something from the past that is triggering. Now that we have Uranus direct, it is literally, it's really triggering. We're not looking at the past anymore. We're now looking forward. And I don't know if anyone else has felt this, but there has been so many shocking like turns of events like every day for me, and I'm like, what is happening? I can't attach to anything anymore. I'm not attached, and like, I'm an Aries, so this message is definitely for me, which means there's another test coming in this week, Aries. So you need to know it's just a test to see if you passed it. It's going to present itself in a different way. It's a lesson you've already learned or you're about to learn. Just like right over the 11th hour, you're going to turn around, everything's going to turn around and be a yes, and you're going to pass the test. But you're going to be tested this week, Aries. So, I do not feel, I feel good. And I say that because I am an Aries, but okay. All right, so let's do some romance and see what's going on, if it's part of the romance. 2 cards popped out for Aries. So, okay, so I'm gaining the courage is part of the true romance tribe. And then also I have pure passion for you. So what I'm getting this week, Aries, is that aside from this test, I don't think this test has anything to do romantically. I think it's something internally that you have to deal with. But I do think on the periphery, you do have some passion coming in, and you do have passion for someone, or someone has passion for you. And either it could be reverse. Either you're going to approach somebody and say, hey, listen, it's about time. It is Valentine's Day this week, or someone's going to come toward you. So this is good. This is a nice soft energy. I really like this for you. I think this is actually going to be more comforting for you over the weekend when Venus is conjuncting Pluto, because it's going to be a little bit more of a trigger, of a shock. It's right now when Mars is in Pluto or conjuncting Pluto is when it's going to be intense this week, and Mars rules Aries. So hence the gale force wind and the test from the universe. So, but we're going to spice it up a little bit, my dear Aries. Let's see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the card says, kiss me already. Okay, so there's passion. There's definitely something on the surface. So again, back to the original, if you're here from the beginning, it's all about taking action and co-creating with the universe rather than being passive. You want to be active and creating with the universe. So I'm loving that for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus this week. God bless you. It's going to be fun. We'll come back next Monday, and I can't wait to share my experiences, and I cannot wait to hear my Aries experiences. So, let's see. I am in the middle of writing timestamps down, and I'm not keeping track very well. So, all right. So now we'll move on to Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Do we have any Taurus in the house? Let's see. Shout it out. All right. So the pure or the Ocean Goddess deck, my OG Beach Balance Life deck, is in full force tonight. And Dawn Patrol. So this is great. Dawn Patrol is when you're going out surfing, you want to go out the earliest in the morning to get the best waves. Also known as feeding time for sharks, but details, right? It's more about the sunrise and catching the waves before the tide starts coming in, depending on the tide tables, obviously. But it's all about getting out ahead of something before the situation starts. So the early bird gets the worm, right? So Taurus, it's all about whenever you're feeling called to do something this week, don't hesitate, move forward, because, the early riser, the early surfer catches the best waves, and it's less crowded out there on the lineup. So Taurus, if you're feeling inspired, or there's something that you're sitting on this week and you feel that inclination, especially with that Mars energy that's triggering right now with Pluto, and you feel like, oh my God, I really need a transformation, do it. Just do it. Start acting on it now. Don't worry about, just look at the end result. Don't worry about how at all. Classic law of attraction right here. Use that in your arsenal. All right, so to back that up with the Pure Ocean Heart Affirmation deck. Ooh, a few cards popped out, and I'll read them all because why not? So, Taurus, get excited. It's time to make a new plan. Aha, what did I just say? The early surfer catches the best waves. That's awesome. It's also saying be conscious of your communication, which I'm a big advocate on, because what you tell yourself is what you actually manifest. So let's be kind to ourselves in our inner dialogue this week, Taurus. And then also reminding yourself that your angels and your guides always have your back. So the Pure Ocean Heart is speaking from the heart. There's no ego in this deck at all. It's all very pure. So if you're feeling inspired to do something this week, Taurus, take action immediately, okay? So let's see what's going on for romance this week for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Let's see. Oh my gosh, 4 cards popped out, but I feel like Taurus, you are ruled by Venus, so let's get into it. So there's a card that says, let me explain. Not sure how this resonates toward you, but it's all about, interestingly enough, the card behind it is the naked truth. So there's going to be some truth coming out in your relationship or in a romantic relationship this week that's really going to just really strip down what it is that is inspiring in the relationship or in the passion or the whatever you have going on. It's going to just shed the light on the last bit of information that you need. And then behind it is I'm in my head. So someone is doing logic override and overthinking things. So whether that's you or the person you're involved with or the person that is going to be coming forward to you and talking about this truth, or if you feel like you need to tell somebody some truth, like don't hold back. And the card behind it says, I'm in love with you. So this is a good thing, Taurus. I'm excited. So I feel like all of the original things with, if you're divinely guided and inspired to start something or start a relationship or activate something this week with somebody romantically, go for it. Go for it. It's awesome. So we'll do a little island spice on that. I'm in a new location and like I have all the lights off outside in the backyard and I'm like, people can see me, but then I'm like, I can't see them. So that's why I'm looking around. I hear a little bit of freaky noises. Okay, so the Island Spice Taurus is all about, I cherish every moment with you. Time to get a massage at the beach. And then close your eyes and feel the warm, salty breeze. So this is beautiful, Taurus. I'm loving all of this energy for you. So love and light. Come back and comment below in the video when it's finished. If you come back and listen to your thing, I'd love to see where this reading lands for you this week, All right. So, all right, Cancers. I know I got a little Cancer in the house tonight, a little crabby. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. All right, let's see what's going on with the Ocean Goddess deck. Your overall arching theme. Dawn Patrol also popped out for you. So if you're just listening to Taurus, I'll repeat it again. It's all about getting out ahead of a project. If you're feeling inspired to do something, you little crabbies, get out. Don't be a homebody this week. And don't, wait for things to happen. That's right. Make sure that you are catching that wave, because the surfer that catches the best waves are the ones that go out for dawn patrol, which is early sunrise. So get up and get out ahead of everything this week. I love that for my little Cancers. All right, your Pure Heart affirmation card. I'll pull a couple since there's a lot of cards that came out for Taurus, but yours is spend time alone to recalibrate your compass. So these are two conflicting energies, right? So you're feeling inspired to get out to do it with this Mars energy happening, the transit this week. But then you're also like, oh, maybe I'll just stay at home and just be in my comfort zone. But right behind it, the card is let go of any resentment. It'll stall your manifestations. So what this is telling me this week, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, is if you are stalling on something and you're not getting out ahead of it, it's making you retreat because you're starting to feel guilty for not going out and doing it. Does that make sense? If you haven't started a project or if something is not going your way and you feel like you've failed, you want to just go home and retreat and be proactive, not active, right? So go back to the journal prompt at the beginning of the video. Use that as your journal prompt to figure out what project you're working on right now, or what's going on in your life that's making you want to just go home and like cuddle in a blanket and cry, which is also a good thing to do, to release. But there's something that is stalling your manifestations this week, and it's you. It's all internal, and it's emotionally charged with, being a water sign. So we'll see what the True Romance deck says, if it's, more relationship oriented, or if this is going to be a separate message. So I think I don't know. This card is the Let's Get Sweaty card. It is all about, listen, between this and the Naked Sailing card for the collective, I really feel that there's a lot of energy happening this week and a lot of passion behind the scenes that needs to be let out. It's time for you to break a sweat, let your hair down, and have some fun, okay? Little crabbies. Let's see what the Island Spice says. That's hilarious. So yeah. So two cards. There's also two conflicting cards. It faded into the sunset, and then also a warm, loving embrace is needed. So there is something that makes you hot under the collar, makes you want to get out and get sweaty, but you think that it's maybe the ship has sailed, and it hasn't. All you have to do is just reconnect and have a nice little warm embrace and feel that synergy again. And it's just going to ignite everything, because in your own mind, if you thinking it's over or that ship has sailed, that's why you're wanting to retreat and spend time alone, thinking you need to recalibrate, and you don't, because you need to let go of anything that's holding back your manifestations, and that's your own mind. Out of all of that, I think the main thing for you, Cancer, is to be in your power and manifest and be in that out ahead of everything, and just go out there and do it. Be courageous this week. Use that energy from the Aries this week and really just like run with it. All right. Okay. Now we will move on to Leos. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. All right, let's see. We have any Leos in the house. All right. The overall, it's so fun. It's the About card. I thought I took those out. They keep popping back in. All right. So Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What's going on this week? Okay, pearling. So we just talked about that in scuba or surfing. If you are waiting for your waves to come in and you're paddling too hard and the wave comes behind you, you're too far ahead from the wave, and you're just going to dig the top of the surfboard down into the wave and flip and get held under the waves. It's called pearling, pearl diving. So you don't want to do that. That is a big red flag this week of things that could happen, especially with all the energies from the collective reading, which go back to the timestamp. So Leos, you need to really focus in on the timing. You cannot rush, and you can't be behind the 8 ball this week at all. You've got to tune into yourself. It's interesting because the affirmation card from the Pure Ocean Heart is actions always speak louder than words. And then also, I forgive myself and I forgive you, which is interesting because I got this off of the Ono thing, that I forgive you, I forgive me affirmations, because we're all one. And so, that's what could be potentially avoiding this pearl dive that you may have going on this week. So this is something internal that you need to work on, Leo. And let's see what the True Romance cards say. Woo! And then there's also the Let's Get Sweaty. So if you want to work out some energy this week, Leo, you need to go out there and let your hair down and have some fun and just let it all out. But don't rush it. And also, don't let it pass you by. You need this, Leo. You need this week. Get it. Get it. Get it. The Island Spice deck, on top of that, is also giving me indication that you are the site of my desires. So between this and Let's Get Sweaty, it's all about it. So You know, actions speak louder than words. You need to really focus in on that Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Behind the scenes, you need to forgive yourself, forgive somebody else about an action. That's just, it's kind of like a side note. I don't think it's connected to all this like true romance and this passion, but it's all going to be about the timing this week, okay? Yeah, thank you, sis. That's weird. I did forget about that. I thought something was weird. Okay, I know what I did. All right, so now we're gonna move on to Gemini. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It's weird when I'm writing down the timestamps, like I look at like the sign that I'm on, but I look at this sign that's next, and I saw Leo. No, I saw Cancer, and that's why I skipped Gemini. So we're going back to Gemini. You're awesome, Gemini. Don't worry. I'm not going to forget about the little twins. Thank you for that. Okay, so the card that came out is Tasty Breeze. This is awesome. Geminis, you have a nice smooth sailing this week. You're lucky. It's warm, favorable winds for you to sail. Smooth sailing. This is like all about adopting your carefree attitude this week, and anything that pops up, just be like, you know what? Conditions are always working out in your favor. So it's a nice tasty breeze. It's perfect. It's going to be awesome. You probably have had the nicest reading from anybody this week. Okay, so let's see what the Pure Ocean Heart affirmation is. The card that popped out is, I'm always in the right place at the right time. The truth is a signature on your heart. Pure Ocean Heart. And then separate the difference between excitement and fear, because they're very similar. And then also in the current energy, a favorable outcome is in the forecast. That's awesome. That is, and this is conditions are in your favor. So if you this week, Gemini, just focus in on not being scared. Don't let excitement think that don't let it think it's fear. And know the difference and check yourself before you wreck yourself. You're going to be in a good situation, because by knowing that you're speaking from your heart and you're always in the right place at the right time, it's always going to work out for you. So let's see what the true romance cards say. Okay, so the cards that popped out, there's a lot of cards that popped out for Gemini, which is perfect because they're twins, whatever. The laugh, laugh, laugh card popped out. The card, you are my fairy tale. A strong bond is on the horizon for you, and you are also my best friend. So that's awesome. This is great. You have a really good reading this week, Gemini. I mean, I don't have a lot of Gemini in my chart, but man, I wish I did, because I'd rather tap into this energy than the Aries energy this week, or the Leo rising energy. Okay, and then for the Island Spice, let's see the Beach Balance cards. Also, they're available for sale in my stand store. Go check them out. The cards that popped out are, you have a lot of admirers. Of course you do, Gemini. And then feel the warmth on your skin. So again, this goes back to the original card, the Tasty Breeze. Everything's working out in your favor. Just relax, let your hair down, have some fun. It's all going to be good. You're good. So that is Gemini. All right, so I'm going to move on to Virgo. So Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, wherever it may be in your chart. God bless. Let's see what's going on for the Virgos this week. And people also that are chiming in, they need to, also a lot of people don't understand. You have like your sun sign, your moon sign that rules your emotion, your rising sign, that's your personality, show your world. And then plus where all the other planets are in your chart. So you have a little bit of everything in your natal chart. It's just how it affects you. For instance, I have like 5 planets in Aries. So I have a lot of fire. And some people may not have any planets in Aries in their natal chart, but if there's aspects that go along with it, that'll still affect them. Okay, so Virgo, Riptide. You're caught, there's a current, an underlying current that's going to catch you this week that's going to stress you out. So you need to learn to go with the flow. Just like pretend you're on a lazy river, swim parallel to the shore. Don't freak out about a rip current pulling you away from shore. But the more you freak out, the more you fight it, it's going to get worse. So it'll drain all your energy. So just be careful. There's a riptide energy coming around you this week. But don't freak out. I got you. I got you. We have the Pure Ocean Heart affirmation cards. Okay, so that's funny. The card that popped out first said, the universe is a mirror, so smile and it'll smile back. Also, everything is working out for me. So Virgos, you're in a good situation if you keep the mantra put it in your phone. I actually have one of those in my phone. Everything's always working out for me. So whether it's good or bad, it's always going to put me in a direction and give me a different course correction. And I just know it's better for me and gets me away from situations that don't serve me or that are going to be unhealthy. So just know that if you get into this riptide energy, everything's always working out in your favor. Just don't freak out and go with the flow this week. All right, Virgos, let's see what the romance is for you, the true romance cards. Okay. I like you better with me. So there's someone in your energy who likes your energy mixed with their energy while you're around. There's a future. I see a future with you. And then I'm scared you're going to leave. So this could be you or someone you're involved with. And if you're not involved with somebody, this could be the energy that you are mirroring out to the universe. Because remember, the card that came out is the universe is a mirror. So what you put out to the universe is what you're going to get back. So if you start putting out fear, you're going to get people pulling away and triggering more of that fear. So Virgos, you need to be very mindful of your logic this week and don't let your emotions get the best of you. So let's put some spice on that. Woo! Right off the top. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, okay? So the island spice is like, boom. You need some nutmeg and some cinnamon on whatever you're drinking, whether it's coffee or pina colada or whatever. This is where you need to let go, let your hair down, and relax. Okay, Virgos, that's your message for this week. All right, so now we will move on to Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay. All right. Let's see, my Libras. Okay, so, oh, great. So sea spray, this is awesome. This is like sea spray when you're walking by the ocean and you feel the salty spray on your face. It's so beautiful and lovely. It's just like a kiss from the ocean. So, it's fun and flirty energy that's surrounding you this week, Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And it's also saying a break is needed. So it's time for you to like have some fun. And like, this is more of like the 3 of Cups card. Like you need to celebrate, have fun. Don't be so serious. Put a dress on or something or an outfit on that makes you feel good and sexy and go in there and flirt. Do that this week. That's what I'm saying, Libras. And if I run into anybody who's flirting with me, I'm going to be like, are you a Libra? Okay, so the Pure Heart affirmation is a test is presenting itself from the universe. So you're going to be tested this week. So it's going to force you to take one direction to either be uptight and not enjoy yourself, or you need to literally feel that sun-kissed sea spray on your face and be like, you know what? Whatever, I got this. It's fine. It's meant to be. If we didn't have tests, then we wouldn't be living. So let's see what the romance cards are for you this week, Libras. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It's always good to check your Venus sign in your chart to see what sign rules it, because it'll help you give you some messages too. So your overall romance card is just all about laughter this week, having fun. Again, don't let this test from the universe get to you. Make sure that you are embracing the sea spray and letting your hair down and having fun. Okay, Libras, it's not very hard. Not that hard. You got this. And then, so Island Spice. Ooh, I have a card. Just want to go back in the deck. I have get the mosquito net. So you need to protect your energy. Don't let energy vampires this week come in and take your, that could be one of your tests. Maybe you were an overgiver at some point and it's resurfacing this week. You were the site of my desire. So that's good. 2 different messages and only bring the essentials, leave the past in the past. So lighten your load, use that energy to just let your hair down and have fun. Okay, Libras, that's my message for you this week. I love that. I love that for you. Should be good. Woohoo. All right, so now I'm loving that there's some Libras in the house too. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Let's see what's going on for you this week. I will have all the timestamps down below once the video processes over on YouTube. So then you can go back and check the messages throughout the week. This is great, Scorpio. I have the party wave for you. This is all about all your friends catching the same wave at the same time, surfing, and you're like, party on, Wayne. You know, this is awesome. It's celebration, achievement, excitement, and it's about fun and joy and fun. You know, it's like you are surround yourself with only people that are going to give you this fun, carefree vibe this week. Let's see what the two Pure Ocean Heart cards that popped out. The wait will be worth it, right? You have to time the wave with your friends because otherwise some people may not catch the wave and you've left some of your friends in the dust. And then also establish trust before moving forward. So whenever you're surfing, you want to establish trust of like, okay, do I trust myself that I can paddle hard enough to get this wave with everybody? Am I going to be able to keep up? Trust yourself. You know that you can, Scorpio. You got to just keep the course and waiting for those set of waves to come in behind you, metaphorically, of course, or maybe literally, and really just embrace, okay, I have what it takes to get myself up on the board, catch the wave, and ride it to shore with no issues. So let's see what your romance is this week, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Okay, the card that popped out. So the naked truth. It's like being truth with yourself and also standing in pure nakedness with somebody of like, this is the truth. This is how it is. I love it. Don't you worry. I got you, divine light. And it's all about like the naked truth, right? So I'm going to pull one more card from the True Romance deck on that. Yeah, the laugh, laugh, laugh card again. And I just shuffled those. I'm starting to see a theme that we all need to be laughing this week, okay? Laughing in love. Okay, so Scorpios, let's see what the Island Spice card says for you. I have let's frolic in the waves together. Hey, woo. And then I have practice sun salutations at sunrise. So you need to do a little bit of meditations this week or some yoga that's going to bring in that solar energy of when you're almost sun gazing and you're pulling all that sunlight into your body and cleansing your chakras, making sure that you cut cords this week with things that no longer serve you, with emotions that are kind of hanging around that you don't need. Burn those off with the sunlight. Go out and get some sun. And just like if you do a little visualization when you're outside, and that will help you bring in that energy more for this party wave you have going on. I love that, Scorpio. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Sagittarius. I know we have a Sagittarius in the house. Loving that. All right. Woohoo. All right. So we have the It's Bitchin' card. So this is like literally, man, hang 10 style. This is surfing is your solo sport on how you're talking to yourself in your mind. So that's what this is focusing on. And it's like this is owning how cool you are and the epitome of like being top notch, best in show. You are the star of the mofo show. Okay. It's bitchin'. You are in this energy this week. Own it, my Sagittarius. All right. Let's see what the Pure Heart Affirmation deck says. All right. So separate the difference between excitement and fear, right? So don't doubt yourself this week. This is all about internal and doubting yourself. You can't doubt yourself this week, Sagittarius. You have to own how cool you are. You just have to just be like, I'm so cool. I'm the star of the show. Hello. Why would I think otherwise? So own it. Own it. Own it. Put your crown back on. All right, let's see what the True Romance is for you, Sagittarius. I have the tide is coming in, so you've been waiting for a while on something to come and manifest. It's coming in for you. Don't worry your pretty little head. Don't worry. And then there's another card that's popping out that says, make it or break it. So you have to believe in yourself, right? Making or breaking it's the same thing as like that dual energy of separating excitement and fear, okay? Understanding that when it all comes down to is you're a rock star. You're a rock star. So you just got to own it, okay? That's what I'm talking about, Sagittarius. All right, now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, sun, moon, rising, or Venus. I know we got a Capricorn moon in the house tonight. Little Cappy moon, always approving of my business plans, which I love. Okay. All right, Capricorn. All right, we have the pearling card. So again, pearl diving and surfing, not timing the wave with your board. You're getting too antsy and trying to jump out ahead of it, right? Which I know is counteractive because that's counteractive what I said for Cancer. So I already know someone who's a Cancer sun and Capricorn moon in the house today. That's why I'm saying this. So you take what resonates. But for Capricorn, it's all about timing. You don't want to wipe out. You don't want to go too fast. So time this with the energy. Let's see what the, it's funny, there's a lot of surfer. So the thing with Beach Balance Life cards, it's all about surfing, which is how you talk to yourself. Scuba diving is how you talk to your partnerships. And then sailing, which is your team environments and your family units, right? So when I pull out a surfing card, that's already telling me for Capricorn that it's all about something internally going on and how you're talking to yourself and how you need to push yourself and find the right timing, okay? So it's time to move on from the past, okay, Capricorn, and then also breathe, don't give up, keep swimming. So this is perfect. So you can't sit there and think about like, am I going to make it? Am I not? You just got to feel that intuition of like, okay, here comes the wave. I'm going to paddle just enough. And I'm going to also look to the side and see if the wave is before or after me. And if I have to paddle harder, I'm going to paddle harder. But what you don't want to do is rush into something this week, Capricorn. You want to bide your time, okay? And don't give up. You know what I mean? If you just keep swimming, just like, Dory on Nemo. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. All right. So the true romance for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus is my heart beats fast. So maybe there's some romance coming in also for you that could be like super fast energy. Again, bide your time. You don't want to, no running on the pool deck this week, Capricorn. Because when you run on that pool deck, you're going to slip and fall and hurt yourself, okay? So same thing with pearling and this romance card coming out. That something's happening and it's like, invigorating. Let's see what the Island Spice deck is. You're welcome, Divine Light. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for coming. Okay, so music is the language of our souls. So you might get seduced by some music this week, being around in a little sexy environment that makes your heart beat fast. But just know that, you need to breathe. Don't run on the pool deck because you don't want to end up pearl diving and hurting yourself. So just be careful in romance and internally because you could also be self-sabotaging. So be cognizant of that this week, Capricorn, all right? That is what I have for Capricorn. Okay. All right. All right. Aquarius. What is going on? I love my Aquarius. Opposite of my rising sign, Leo. Okay. All right. Aquarius. Let's see what's going on. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What's going on? Okay. All right, clear skies are ahead. Oh, I love this. There's a lot of heavy energy going on this week, a lot of craziness, but Aquarius, clear skies are ahead. You have nothing but smooth sailing this week. A rainbow is after the storm. So if there's some turbulence this week, you will pass the test with flying colors. So whatever you have going on this week, whether you're applying for a job or you're whatever, or, any kind of test that is more like in your work environment or your family, it's going to pop up again and you're going to pass it. You could be like, I got this. This is old news. I've already aced that lesson. All right. So, all right. The Pure Ocean affirmations are go with the flow and let divine timing play out. I love that. With the clear skies ahead, you can't make that up. That's awesome. And then it says the ocean will always wash away your tears and release tension and let go. So whatever happens this week, or you're in the middle of the turmoil, the ocean's got your back. The Pure Ocean Heart has your back. Everything's going to be fine. Just go with the flow and let divine timing play out. Don't force anything this week, okay? Because you have clear skies ahead. Let's see what's in love for you this week, true romance-wise. Aquarius. Love my little Aquarius. See, drift away. That card popped out. Just drift away. And also a message is coming in that could trigger all this. So just let it all just like float and easy peasy, lazy river style this week, Aquarius. The universe has your back, always does. Okay, and then the Island Spice deck, affirmation. We have be mesmerized by the diamonds glittering on the water. So when you see like the sunlight, it's like glittering like diamonds on the water. Just focus in on that. Get mesmerized, go into that meditative state. And then it says get out and explore and try something new. So this is really good affirmation for you to understand that no matter what you want to dip your toe in this week, Aquarius, you're going to have smooth sailing. You're going to pass the test with flying colors. So just embrace it. That's awesome. Do something new. And actually right now with all the Aquarius energy and Uranus, like, listen, sky's the limit. Projects that anyone's been tapping into and they haven't launched, it's time to do it. Like it's gonna happen. Now is the time. It's also the Chinese New Year too. Okay, so last but not least, we have Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What's going on, my little Pisces? Ooh, I have duck dive. Okay, so knowing if you're going to duck dive with your board under the wave when you're paddling out to the lineup, whatever that may be, a project, but this is all internal, how we talk to ourselves, right? So, or are you going to take your board and turtle it and push it through the wave on your back? But primarily this is saying take the path of least resistance. So it's easier to duck dive your board, okay? Especially when a wave's coming out, you're paddling out and a wave's coming and it's just like you're going up on the wave, you're on your belly and it's starting to feather at the top and you're like, I'm just going to duck dive and go through this wave and keep paddling out, okay? So that's the message for my Pisces this week. So let's see what the Pure Ocean affirmations say. Have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Come on, Pisces. You can lose sight of the shore. I trust in you. I'm in sync with the universe, which is good. And then your surroundings are a reflection of your thoughts. So if you're not, taking care of yourself and your place is messy, that's what messy is going on in your brain and it's transforming out into your physical environment. So even though it's saying take the path of least resistance, it's also saying take care of your inner world, Pisces. Don't get lost and don't lose sight of it's okay to lose sight of the shore because whether it's like one day or a week, you're going to find shore again. It's not like you're out there floating forever. So just have faith in the universe that you're in sync and everything's working out for you this week, Pisces. So let's see what's going on romantically. All right. Okay, so two cards, the Drift Away card, hilarious. And I'm on an island. So lose sight of the shore, let yourself drift away and understand that if you feel like you're out on an island, maybe it's time for you to let go and just release and just let yourself float. Just let it go. Let it all go this week, Pisces. The path of least resistance with the duck dive card. All right, let's see what the Island Spice is for that. Woo! The whole deck is coming apart. Okay, hold on. Too many cards popped out, and I'm not going to read them all. Okay, so get out and explore and try something new, which is also losing sight of the shore. And let's get sweaty together. So there's something, and I had a true romance card popped in this deck on accident, in the wrong deck, but it said, let's get sweaty. So it's funny because there are 2 cards about getting sweaty in your love life this week, Pisces. Yeah, I'm a Pisces moon. Bring it. Woohoo. It's going to be an awesome Valentine's Day. All right. So those are the messages I have for the week. I actually didn't even expect to be on here for an hour. I was just telling Mystical Musings, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably just going to be on there for like 40 minutes. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, I'm really glad that everyone showed up. I will put the timestamps in. Consider the journal prompt with the collective reading for the beginning of the show, and come back and check in this week and see how these messages resonate for you. And other than that, I appreciate everyone coming by, and leave your feedback and comments below. If you have any questions about your readings or anything like that, or the astrology, we can go deeper into that. And I hope everyone has a good night, and I will see you guys all later. All right. Love and light. Take care. Bye.